The scene is set within the Paragon Odyssey 15. John Stanhope, after his delightful conversation with Lucius Milliner, heads up the stairs towards his office, grabbing a pen and a piece of paper. He calls in Jack Aronson's ghoul, the thuggish one, or Reed, I believe his name is, and instructs him to take the torpid bodies of the Milliners and dump them within the grounds of Rossellini Manor. Upon the chest, or within the pocket, I suppose, of Don Milliner, John scribes a letter to Mr. Dunsirn. He takes pen to quill, and it reads as thus. Dear Mr. Dunsirn, I have received your correspondence, and it pains me to believe that you think this interaction was little more than your camp spraying paint on my car first. Rest assured, I have no intention of keeping nor harming the two Milliners, although I must say the temptation of a little education was indeed quite strong. I'm sure you understand, sometimes one must vent and bury themselves in their work. But I leave matters of their enlightenment and punishment of their foolishness to your capable hands. I would take it as a kindness if you strongly dissuade your family from entering any of my Elysiums when I'm holding court. If I require your attention, I will contact you and yours personally. I have every intention of holding to the promise to the letter. However, I cannot allow disrespect in such a public forum, and twice now your misguided family have acted uncouth and antagonistic in as many months. It seems your Don is unclear of the rules around invitation, so let me clarify. Only a keeper of the Elysium or myself may invite a member to court. A no status, titleless kindred is not acceptable. I highly doubt your Don is that gullible, however, and I believe his sole intention was to antagonize myself, in which case he succeeded, garnering these results. I'm sure you understand. We are both men of quite volatile tempers and prone to our little ways. I'm sure that you can understand my position. For the moment, I feel the embargo serves us both very well. Perhaps in a few months we may talk of lifting it and organize a suitable show for the rest of the city. But in the meantime, I believe correspondence should be limited to myself and your family for the mutual business arrangement that we have already discussed. Yours, John Stanhope, Prince of New Sarum. P.S. I hear the Ivy Golf Club is a pleasant place. We should arrange a game at some point. John signs the letter, folds it up neatly, places it within an envelope and puts it in the hands of his ghoul. Put that in Mr. Isaac's coat pocket, please, so it may be found and displayed to Mr. Dunsirn. As he watches the ghoul leave, John sits back. He received a correspondence not long ago, just before he went into Mr. Milliner's, interview, I suppose it would be called, saying that the Giovanni have acted rather childish and have stolen Miss Brothers. John considers for a moment. Perhaps he should have negotiated. In the end, he shrugs his shoulders. He had every intention of giving the Giovanni back, and Miss Brothers, though a useful harpy, was more Ramsay's pet and tool than his, and so he loses nothing if they decide to do anything to her. If anything, the Tremere will do things, carving a bigger wedge between the two, which benefits him greatly. So he simply sits back, takes out a bottle of Vitae from his dress drawer, pours a generous helping, swills it around the glass and drinks. Shaking his head at the pomposity of it all, the foolishness. It's quite incredible how such small actions can have such a snowball effect in this city. Well, never mind. Keeps the game interesting. End scene.